What's up, beautiful people on the internet? This is your personal travel consultant, Nico speaking. And welcome back. Today's video, I will explain to you what the Chase Sapphire personal card will be for you and what you can do to implement it into your own travel strategy. Now, before I continue, don't forget to click that subscribe and icon bell so that YouTube knows you're interested in knowing more about my content on travel. I appreciate it, and without further ado, let's get into it. So, you may be asking yourself, what is the Chase Sapphire Reserve card? What does it do in relation to travel? And how can it benefit me to know about this card? First, let me set some historical information for you to understand what is the Chase Sapphire Reserve. During June of 2016, the credit card industry was changed forever when this version of the Sapphire card came out. This was a groundbreaking moment, as this was the first luxury card that was made available for consumers. Yes, we may have had the Amex cards before, but back then they weren't as powerful as they are in today's meta strategy. What made this very groundbreaking at the time, it was made for mass consumers, in that it made it so people can actually be able to apply for a card that benefited them in their own travel strategy. Since then, this card has gone through many changes and many iterations throughout the years, and the rules to apply for this card have gotten more restrictive because of how good this card was and still is in the travel industry. It was well known for the simplicity of what the Chase ecosystem could do, and so many people kept getting this card. So now that the information has been set, let's discuss what the benefits and the points earners are for this iteration of the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So first thing to know is that this card has always had a $300 travel credit that was very broad in its use case. By that, I mean you could use this for, let's say, transit. You could use this for tolls. You could use this for parking. Basically, anything in relation to travel, this credit would automatically trigger it. And so it lowered the effective annual fee by a lot. This is a very powerful benefit, and it has withstood the times of the changes that this card has gone through. The next benefit that we have with this card is it does come with $500 that is split semi-annually in increments of $250 to be used within the Chase travel portal for what is known as the Stay Collection. This is basically Chase's version of the American Express's Fine Hotel and Resorts collection, where they require you to stay a minimum of 2 nights at a hotel in their property collection. But basically, you could use this credit for any of those hotels you see, and it will provide that benefit for you to lower that cost. In addition, if you use that hotel collection, you'll get a $100 property credit that you can use when you're staying at that property. The use of this varies based on what the hotel will let you use it on, but it does come, like, for example, using it for room service or anything that may involve that property. So it is a good benefit to have. Another one is, let's say you are a IHG loyalist. This card will give you complimentary platinum status through at least the end of 2027. So this is a good benefit to have your status with IHG. The next benefit to have with this card is if you like using lounges, and let's say you are a Star Alliance traveler. First thing to know is this card gives you Priority Pass, gives you access to the Sapphire lounges, and then it also gives you access to Air Canada's Maple Leaf lounges if you're flying Star Alliance. So United, Air Canada, Swiss Air, Thai Airways, Air Nippon Airways. Those are things that fall into that blanket that you could use the Maple Leaf Lounge. In terms of the Sapphire lounges, it is unlimited entry, and you can bring up to 2 guests when you use it. It is a good one, but right now, the Sapphire lounges are still very few, as there's only 8 in this world, with 2 more coming later this year in Los Angeles and in Dallas. So if you like what you hear so far of what the Sapphire card is, don't forget to click the like button on this video or comment the coffee emoji in this video. Now let's pivot a bit away from the travel and see what else this card can do. So first off, if you like dining, this card will give you $300 for a program known as Open Table. It's basically similar to like American Express's Resi, where it's a network of restaurants that you can go to, and in this case you'll get $150 from January to June and another $150 from July to December. It is a good benefit to have, so like if you wanted to take out your date or your let's say your significant other, or you go on a group outing for a dinner and see if it's in the open table program, and if it is, you get $150 to use. The next one to use would be DoorDash. You'll get Dash Pass membership with this card, as well as you'll get $25 a month in credits to use in DoorDash. This will be split into one credit of $5 that can be used for restaurants, and two of $10 credits you can use for groceries. So keep that in mind, that they do split these credits up per month and segregate it further based on dining or grocery. Next, let's say you're someone like me who likes music. As you can see here, I'm wearing a shirt that's from Tomorrowland, and specifically it's for Avicii, one of the great goats of electronic music. The reason I point that out is that with this card, you'll get $300 split also semi-annually into $150 credits for StubHub or Viago. So if you like a concert and you want to buy it on the resale market, go through that and Chase will give you $150 every 6 months. It's another great benefit to have that. Speaking of lifestyles, let's say you're also an Apple user. So let's say you have an iPhone. The next benefit that this card has, let's say you wanted to get Apple TV, or you like listening to Apple Music. Subscription for those will be covered on the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. It is a very good benefit to have with this. Now, let's shift more into another gear. Let's say you want to go somewhere and you don't have a car, and transit is kind of far or is inconvenient due to weather. The next thing this card has is rideshare credit for Lyft. You're going to get $10 a month to use in Lyft rides. So that is another great benefit to have. And then another credit to have with this card is, let's say you're a Peloton bike user. You want to join their membership. This card gives you $10 off a month on that membership you get from Peloton. So it's a good credit to have. Now let's shift away from credits into one of the most unique benefits of the Sapphire series. Let's say you're already renting a car. Something unfortunately happens where you get into an accident. The main benefit of this card is you also get primary car rental insurance. Most cards give you secondary, where you'll first have to go through your own insurance before you can use their credit card. The Sapphire series doesn't have that restriction. You can just go directly to the card itself, not have to use your own personal insurance, and it will cover it on your card. So that's a very powerful benefit to have with this card. I've spoken a lot of benefits. Now let's shift to point earners. First thing, with this card, you can get 10 points per dollar if you purchase at least $150 or more on Peloton equipment, at least until the end of 2027. Second, you'll get 8 points per dollar if you use it to spend on the Chase Travel Portal. Third, if you use it on Lyft rides, at least until the end of September of next year, you can get 5 points per dollar. Then you can also get 4 points per dollar if you make bookings directly either for your hotel or for your airfare. So that one's a good one. Then you get 3 points per dollar on dining worldwide, and everything else to just be 1 point per dollar. The point earners are actually really strong with this card, and I've spoken a lot on the benefits as well. The benefits mirror to what, let's say, an American Express Platinum card is, and that is by design. The reason being is this is a luxury travel card. As saying that, there is a high annual fee with this card. This one comes with a $795 annual fee. So keep that in mind when you're trying to figure out if this card is right for you. If you need someone to help you decide that, don't hesitate to reach out to me and we can do a one-on-one consultation to see if this card makes sense for you. And if it does, I'm going to leave my personal referral link down below in the description so you can go for this card as well. So that concludes the Chase Sapphire Reserve in its totality to speak on the personal credit card series. Up next, we'll go over the next line within the Sapphire, which is the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. So stay tuned, and this is Nico signing off. Bye for now.